Hey, how's it going, everyone? Just going to do a really quick video, just focusing on a few verses from the book of Sirach in the Apocrypha. This is an excellent book for anybody who wants like wisdom on the day-to-day, and how to sort of handle oneself. And I'm obviously looking for prophetic references as well, but this one does have indirect references to the end times, but I just want to focus on a few verses here in Sirach Chapter 20. Starting with verse 21, one may be prevented from sinning by poverty, so when he rests, he feels no remorse. Again, this gives us insight into one of the many reasons why God's heart is with the poor. This is obviously not exhaustive, but it makes sense that poverty, even for those who are poor/homeless, but even those who are approaching poverty or poor in other ways, God can actually use this poverty to prevent people from sinning. And this, again, is just very, very logical. I posted a video recently on salvation and went into this a little bit more, where, God is rescuing the blind, the lame, the poor, oppressed, and all that. And, one would wonder, why is God so really obsessive about reminding us in the Bible from beginning to end that his heart is with the poor? Is that they are, many of them, naturally inclined just by their position in life, their situation, to abstain from sin. Not all of them, but only Jesus Christ has done that. But they are in a position where they are constantly needing God for literally everything, their next breath. And so that applies to us, even if we may not be in this very, very poor state. But it's a very, very good lesson either way. And it's good for us to know, the heart and mind of God, and that he does actually care about sin and the law being obeyed. And then his spirit can rest much easier amongst the poor for this very reason. A few verses down, I thought this was really interesting as well. Verse 24, a lie is an ugly blot on a person. It is continually on the lips of the ignorant. A thief is preferable to a habitual liar, but the lot of both is ruin. A liar's way leads to disgrace, and his shame is ever with him. And so this, again, to me, shows that how much God hates lies. Because if someone is a thief, again, where the Bible and me, myself, obviously, through my channel, would never recommend somebody to steal. But a thief can restore, what they've taken and, give more, and we've seen that in examples in the New Testament, with Zacchaeus and other stories of tax collectors who've done wrong, and then they've restored people's goods and then given them extra for what they've done. So those can be restored, in an fair and an equitable way, again, with quote unquote interest. But a lie is out there, and so especially like it's saying here, a habitual liar will just... those things cannot be, quote, taken back. Those are just out there. And then to me, the ecosystem that we live in now is filled with habitual liars. And so once you have one, then you will have to have another who associates with that person. Because if you're around a habitual liar, you are forced to either put up with it or lie yourself. And then if you have that number grow, and then we have a world, it's not funny, but billions, then that's you can't come back from that. You can't, quote, pay people back and, quote, fix that and undo that, obviously without God's intervention in the days that we live in now. And so it says here that, habitual liar will be ruined as well, and then also a thief. So God's not diluting it. He's just using it as an example to show the hierarchy of sin. And there are some sins that are worse than others, and definitely a liar, a habitual one, cannot interact with the God of the Bible, because they obviously can't be trusted with anything. And it's that person will never be able to confess things to God that God already sees, and he already knows. And so that immediately puts a massive chasm between an entity and the God of the Bible, because God knows everything. And so there's really no point lying. There's no point lying here on earth, because it's going to get us nowhere. Ultimately, like it says here, ruin. And there's no point in lying with our head lifted up towards God, because he knows everything. And so it makes absolutely no sense. A person who would ever do that towards God is programmed to do that, and then a person who does that habitually here is the same thing. So just a few good verses. Again, an excellent book. Apocrypha is very, very worthwhile book to read. Not just this one and Second Ezra's, which I've gone through already, but just from what I've been reading, it's just a fantastic group of books that you can just tell they're canonical just by the message that they're sharing. Hope everyone's doing well. Bye.